Hi, my name is Jacob, but most people on the internet know me as Poop Wallet. In high school, I started an Instagram meme account, reposting funny memes from iFunny to Instagram so I could save my memes. During high school, I also made comedy music with my friends under the band name Cuts and Scars. We didn't have too much success online with this, but it was the first time that I had gained a fan base and interacted with people who found my art to be funny and enjoyable. Ugh. I had always enjoyed making comedic art, though. When I was around 12, I made a couple YouTube videos that I called rants, where I would rant about different things I found frustrating. Mostly people being annoying at Walmart and at school, as well as typical 12-year-old family drama. Kids at school found this funny, and there have been many times in my life where people have told me that I should be a comedian, or a YouTuber, or that I should be on TV, or my most favorite one, more recently, that I am a star. And while I do find it motivating, I also worry that this line of thinking can lead to unrealistic aspirations. I have worked regular jobs since I was 17, mostly in the recruiting industry. But I have also worked at a car wash, a gas station, ran a detailing business twice, and have worked many other boring run of the mill positions. I am 23 now, and in the past 2 years, my life has taken a couple turns that has changed the way I think about my goals. Something I always have been focused on in my life is, what do I want to be? What is my purpose? Which does not make me unique, understandably, but I feel like I have different wants and needs than what is the norm in the area that I live in. Most of the people that live around me, that is, right in the middle of America, are focused on making a family, settling down, and working a job that, even if they hate, pays the bills. They find their joy through family and friends. And while I don't think that is a bad way of living, I am not wanting to settle down and just pay the bills. I crave adventure. I want to meet people. I am amazed and bewildered by the world that has been presented to me. People ask, why do you think you're special? And I respond, why do you think you're not? But when I work these mundane jobs with financial stability and a future of financial okayity, never fully escaping the rat race, but never quite being too fucked over by it, I end up being sick to my stomach. At my heart, I know I want so much more than to be stuck in a box and doing these jobs that I have no passion for, where I can't even truly understand what my purpose is. In recruiting, my favorite part was when I would interview someone and have a nice conversation. There was something distinctly human and charming about it, sharing experiences and having a conversation. It was even better when I worked as a health surveyor because then people didn't also have their jobs weighing over their heads in conversations, making the interviews much more human. About a year ago, I was on an internet show titled TortureChamber.live,
It's me. I'm a fucking furry, I guess.
where me and three other contestants competed for $2,000 to see who would be able to last the longest. We were live streamed for 24 hours a day for 2 weeks straight, and I ended up winning. On the third day, one of the contestants threw boiling water on me. I'm not sure what to make of it. It hurt a lot and it melted my skin, but I still won. After Torture Chamber, I went on to live stream on Kick for a while. I met some of the streamers that were watching and restreaming Torture Chamber. I learned a lot about the Fish Tank and Stream Stars community. And while there are some cool people in that circle, anything that touches Sam Hyde or Fish Tank makes me want to throw up in my mouth. There was a lot of drama and unprofessional behavior in the community after Torture Chamber, and I had come from a working professional life. And then to suddenly drop into one of the most chaotic and toxic parts of the internet was a lot for me to try to understand and adapt to. I was depressed and bored, and it felt like I was playing a character. It was very pessimistic. Um, it was a very pessimistic view of the world at that time that I had. Torture Chamber was a launching point that turned my life from being a professional who sometimes made comedy music and skits to being someone that was part of some armpit of the internet. Yes, it helped me get eyes on me, but for what point? Not all publicity is good publicity, and that was something I had to realize the hard way. I tried out a couple other projects, wrote a lot, and went to the doctor. Eventually, I found that I enjoy making skits on Instagram and doing my podcast here on YouTube. I'm still in that phase where I'm trying to figure out what I enjoy, what I want to make, and what actually works. But it has only been 1 year since Torture Chamber, and I still have a lot of the same worries that I had then. Podcasting has been a breath of fresh air, however. I think podcasting has helped my mind think more coherently and has made me become better at speaking and writing, as well as improv. I think it's a shame that podcasting is looked at now as such a primitive form of art, as it is still one of the most personal things that you can do to listen to a person speak for hours straight at a time. You get a read on who they are, how their mind operates, and jumps from one subject to the next. Their guests tell you about what they're interested in, what they're scared of, what they want, and what they are avoiding. Their questions, their answers, every part of it is human connection. It is the most personal form of entertainment when there is no script and no plan, and instead, two people sit down for a genuine conversation, or even when it's disingenuous. Usually people can pick up on that, and even that can tell you things that are personal about a person. To summarize, podcasting has been a massive help for me finding out what I want to do, and I highly recommend starting one to any aspiring creator or even people in other fields. It's a great way to help you get better at your craft, at talking and explaining things to others, and allowing yourself to look at yourself from a different perspective. And if you aren't sure what to do, record yourself talking for 30 minutes straight every day with your iPhone until you no longer dread it and it becomes part of your routine. You will see improvement and it will blow you away. All it takes is trying. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel for more future video essays and podcasts. This was my first video essay, so, it'll get better. Subscribe to Patreon, support the show, links in the description. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I grab my nuts, I swab my nuts, I lick my nuts, I do everything to my nuts.